I'm very good at minding my own business. And the trick to minding your own business is knowing what is your business.
When Dave Chappelle steps in and speaks up, people pay attention. With the Epstein files spreading online, he started linking facts that many powerful figures hoped would never resurface.
They're on record. They have all of this information. I sat there and I gave them the names.
That was Corey Feldman back in 1993, clearly naming the people he said were abusing young actors, yet nothing happened. Now, years later, Dave Chappelle is raising a question Hollywood never properly faced. Why were the same powerful managers and dealmakers connected to Epstein too?
Nothing feels better to a coward than to watch a brave guy fall.
Dave recently made a strong claim about Oprah, and after the latest Epstein documents were released, his words feel more serious than ever. The new files are not just about wealthy men on private islands. They suggest a larger network that protected powerful people and hurt vulnerable children from poor countries. Some believe this is the kind of system Mel Gibson warned about while promoting Sound of Freedom. Now Dave is saying Oprah Winfrey was not just aware of what was happening in Hollywood, but connected to the same powerful circles linked to Epstein. He is not presenting this as a wild theory. He calls it recognizing a pattern and says the pattern is disturbing. Dave Chappelle, who once walked away from a huge $50 million deal because he felt pressured and controlled, has openly accused Oprah of being part of Hollywood's power structure. With millions of pages from Epstein-related investigations now public, some people think Dave's past warnings sound less extreme and more believable. Supporters argue this was never just about one rich criminal. They believe it involved a network of recruiters, managers, and influential figures who could protect reputations and silence victims. Dave has hinted at this for years. Back in 2006, during a conversation with Oprah herself, he spoke about how the industry treats people who refuse to follow its rules.
Yeah, we hear those stories. Yeah. Would you say you lost your mind, sort of?
Not exactly.
Okay.
I wasn't crazy.
Watch how Oprah reacted. She compared him to Mariah Carey and questioned his stability on live television.
Oh, look, Mariah Carey made a $100 million deal, and 3 months later, she's all of a sudden mysteriously crazy. He's waving a gun on the street screaming, "They're trying to kill me."
Some people describe that kind of reaction as protecting a powerful circle. Instead of arguing with the claims, they say the strategy is to question the person making them. If you can damage someone's reputation, label them difficult, or make others afraid to work with them, their voice becomes easier to ignore. Supporters of Monique believe that is what happened to her. Her conflict was not only about money or promotion. In 2009, she starred in Precious, a successful film connected to Oprah. When Monique declined to travel for unpaid promotional appearances because she wanted to focus on her family, tension grew between her and the producers. After that, she has said she felt pushed aside in the industry and unfairly labeled as hard to work with. The situation became even more painful because of her personal history. Monique had publicly shared that she was abused as a child by her brother, Gerald, and that her family did not support her at the time. She later chose to distance herself from them to protect her peace. In 2010, Oprah invited Gerald onto her show despite Monique's objections. Critics argue that decision deepened the rift and added to her hurt during an already difficult period.
She never said my mother was coming on that show, because had Oprah Winfrey said, "I'm gonna have your mother," I would have said, "Shut it down."
Oprah brought Monique's parents onto her show without telling her, even though they had downplayed her abuse. Critics say it felt like using painful family history for television drama.
Oprah, this is me to you. All I would ask you, sister, is why would you do that to me? Was it for ratings?
Years later, when Monique approached Oprah at a public event to question her about the show, Oprah reportedly said she did not know Gerald would involve other family members. Critics find that explanation hard to accept. Oprah Winfrey runs a tightly managed production, supported by experienced producers, researchers, and booking teams who plan each detail in advance. Because of that, some believe nothing significant happens on her platform by surprise. Those who support Monique argue the moment felt intentional and deeply personal. They say her career slowed down afterward and never fully returned to its previous level. Over time, others also spoke up. Actress Rose McGowan questioned Oprah's past friendship with Harvey Weinstein. While Singer Seal suggested Oprah had long been aware of troubling behavior in Hollywood, Oprah has denied knowingly protecting wrongdoing. There are also questions about her past interviews, including her visit to Brazil to feature spiritual healer John of God, who was later convicted of serious crimes. At the time, Oprah described the experience positively. Supporters say she could not have known what would later come out, while critics believe powerful figures should be more careful about who they elevate.
This is an interview I wasn't sure would ever happen. One of the most famous spiritual healers in the world rarely talks to anyone on camera. John of God agreed to sit down with me under a mango tree on the grounds of the casa.
In 2018, John of God, the spiritual healer Oprah featured on her show, was arrested and later sentenced to 63 years in prison. He had imprisoned women, abused them, and even sold their babies, with some reports claiming the infants were used for organs. Despite giving him a massive platform, Oprah later removed the episodes, deleted interviews, and acted as if it never happened. But the truth remained online, and people didn't forget. This context makes Dave Chappelle's claims about powerful networks seem more serious. The recently released Epstein files include over 3 million documents, thousands of videos, and images showing that Epstein wasn't acting alone. He had a network to recruit, move, and silence victims. The materials reveal girls being chased through estates in their underwear and emails where Epstein horrifyingly described children in objectifying terms. This wasn't the behavior of a single person. It points to an organized system that relied on secrecy, logistics, and protection from influential people. Even more troubling, Oprah opened a girls' school in South Africa. Within a few years, a staff member was arrested for sexually assaulting multiple students, raising concerns about oversight and safety in vulnerable communities.
We arrested a former employee of who was working at Oprah Winfrey. She was arrested yesterday for several charges, including assault, indecent assault, as well as soliciting girls under the age to commit indecent assault.
Sound familiar? Young children in poor countries promised opportunities fall into the hands of predators. This is exactly what the Epstein files reveal, and what Mel Gibson exposed in Sound of Freedom. Back in 1998, long before Epstein became famous or #MeToo existed, Mel warned that Hollywood hid dark, disturbing secrets involving powerful people.
You know, I had a whole bunch of weird paranoid suspicions about what the hell was going on because there was a lot of stuff I couldn't understand.
Right.
And nobody was really bothering to explain it to me.
He said it felt like a horror movie, entering a town where everyone knew the dark secret, and when he asked, he was silenced and discredited.
I mean, that's insane thinking. I'm paranoid. I imagined that stuff. That couldn't be the reason for why so-and-so was acting like, could it?
Mm.
And then you find out later on the track that you are exactly on track with a lot of this stuff.
Mel Gibson faced years of backlash. People labeled him anti-Semitic and crazy, and he struggled to find work because he refused to follow Hollywood's control or participate in its rituals. Despite this, he risked everything to produce The Passion of the Christ, funding it himself after no studio would support it. The film earned over $600 million and became one of the highest-grossing movies ever, yet Hollywood still treated him like an outcast. Later, he made Sound of Freedom, a film exposing human trafficking networks similar to those revealed in the Epstein files. Children from poor countries deceived by fake talent scouts and exploited. The movie, made on a $14 million budget, earned over $250 million. After the Epstein files emerged, people stopped dismissing Gibson and started calling him prophetic. This connects to Dave Chappelle, who walked away from $50 million in 2005 because he recognized the same abuses that Mel saw, the same issues Corey Feldman tried to report decades earlier.
They're on record. They have all of this information. I sat there and I gave them the names. In fact, if anybody wants to go back to 1993 when I was interviewed by the Santa Barbara Police Department.
Back in 1993, Corey Feldman gave the police names of powerful people abusing children, but nothing was done. Those he named were protected, part of a system designed to shield predators and maintain control. Decades later, Dave Chappelle points to Oprah Winfrey as one of the people keeping that system alive, one of the handlers who protects the machine and punishes anyone who threatens it. Look at the facts. Oprah promoted John of God, a man later convicted of trafficking and abusing women and children. She opened a school for girls in a poor country, but staff there were later arrested for assaulting students. She publicly shamed Monique, using her childhood trauma to punish her for refusing to obey Hollywood rules. She maintained close friendships with Harvey Weinstein and Russell Simmons while they exploited women. She even tried to discredit Dave Chappelle on live television when he spoke truth about the industry. This isn't a string of mistakes. It's a clear pattern of protecting power, predators, and the system itself. The Epstein files make it even darker. In 2018, Epstein bought 330 gallons of sulfuric acid, capable of dissolving bodies completely. He acted like he could destroy evidence without fear. Maxwell lives in comfort. Epstein allegedly died under suspicious circumstances, and the protection continues. Dave Chappelle sees all of it, and he refuses to stay silent.
Black people to be disappointed in me for putting that out there.
No, you didn't want to be disappointed in yourself.
You know what, Hope? You're right.
Years ago, Dave Chappelle warned Black America not to blame him for speaking hard truths. He said we should question why we support people like Oprah just because she is rich, powerful, or seems to care. He urged us to think critically about who really protects the system and who benefits from it. Now, Dave is publicly connecting Oprah to the same elite circles that helped Jeffrey Epstein operate. Mel Gibson's warnings from the 1990s are being confirmed by federal documents, and Sound of Freedom is proving that the trafficking networks he exposed are real. The people who silenced whistleblowers and ruined careers to protect predators are finally being named. Oprah's name is trending not for awards or inspirational speeches, but because people are asking the difficult questions Dave has been raising for 2 decades. Why did she give platforms to abusers? Why did she destroy those who spoke out? Why was she close to men now in prison or dead under suspicious circumstances? The Epstein files make the pattern clear. Dave Chappelle isn't backing down, and the truth is coming out. Oprah is not just a celebrity. She is part of a system that protects predators, and the industry can no longer hide from it. The question is, are we ready to face it?